Hi everyone, it's Jerry. Here's another interesting puzzle. It's an endgame study by V&M Platov that was published in 1907. Just a few words for those of you who are serious about improving your own game. Consider taking puzzles such as these seriously. Endgame studies in particular, I believe, are an excellent tool for improving your calculation skill. So even if you must set up this position on one of your own boards, and move the pieces about until you've figured it out on your own, feel free to do just that and work your way up to a point where you don't have to move the pieces, where you could just look at the initial position and try and solve it. So in this position, it is white to move. If you'd like to, pause the video and or set up the position on one of your own boards, see if you can find the best continuation for white. Okay. The first move I tried was rook d3, but this does not work. Because of bishop check, if rook takes bishop, black promotes successfully. If king a7, black promotes well. Still, and will the king be able to get the pawn? The answer is no. Black will be winning this. The correct first move to this puzzle is rook h3 check. King g7, rook g3 check. If the king keeps making use of any of these four squares, we would just give a perpetual check. The best that white can do from this puzzle is draw it. So if he's making use of any of these four, we just keep coming back and forth. What is the trick if the king makes use of any of these squares on the f-file or any of these sixth rank squares? Well, as soon as he goes to any of these three, let's say he goes here, we make use of d3. And now this resource of bishop here with check is simply not working because we capture the bishop with check, and then we're back in time here to track this pawn down. However, what do we do if the king goes to, let's say, these sixth rank squares? Suppose h6. We yet again make use of d3, and how is this a little bit different? Well, after bishop f3 check, we don't take the bishop, since it would not be returning a check back at black, but instead make this key move, king a7, d1 equals queen, and now rook takes d3, forking the black king and the queen, and so the point here is revealed with forcing the king, in other words, to one of these sixth rank squares before we make use of the d3 square. After queen takes rook, what is this? An instance of stalemate. The game is a draw. Very sneaky reply. An important point, of course, is to make certain that the king is a little bit misplaced, so we have this resource available where we can give a fork to the king and the queen. One other detail is if, in this position, after rook d3, bishop check, king a7, if black is promoting to, let's say, a rook, in this case we don't take the rook, but instead the bishop, and while this pawn will simply not be fast enough to promote, white will be there just in the nick of time to scoop him up, and this will be a dead drawn position. But just a quick recap, it's important to give these checks first, forcing the king to one of these squares. Only at that point do we make use of d3. Allow the check, go to a7, not b8. Notice again, if we went to that b8 square, rook takes queen in this case would be happening with check. But in this particular case, again, all of these squares are covered, and we have an instance of stalemate. So another interesting puzzle. Feel free to share what your thoughts are on it. Also, feel free to elaborate if you're taking puzzles such as these seriously, or the type where, oh, it's just kind of just for fun. So let me know. Any feedback is appreciated. And as always, I hope you got something out of this video. Take care. Bye.